but we want it cold. Why? Because the oven said so. Why do I love peach cobbler? Because they're peaches and they're delicious. If you don't have peaches, it's all right. Apples, pears, mangoes, let's do it. Strawberry, stay away. Peaches, perfect. Hi, I'm Chris Shepard from Underbelly Hospitality here in Houston, Texas. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make a peach cobbler. For this recipe, what do you need? Peaches, kind of in the name, gotta do it. Flour, baking powder, sugar, butter, buttermilk, a little bit of brown sugar, lemon, zest, and a little good squeeze of juice. A little bit of cinnamon, sprinkle a little bit of sugar on the raw on it, salt and pepper. We're gonna start by making our topping, super easy. We're gonna take our dry ingredients. We wanna go flour, baking powder. I don't wanna use all the salt, right? Since we're adding salt and pepper to the filling too. We want it to be forward, but we don't want it to be too much. We can go back and taste this. And the thing is you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Sugar, cool. Now, you gotta use your hands, it's okay, no worries. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna kinda knead that cold butter in, all right? We're gonna kinda start to bring it all together. Now, if you have a pastry cutter, you can use that, cool too. I like to smashy smash with my hot hands, and it all starts to work together. It just takes a minute, don't be afraid of it. You're not gonna spill it all over the place, and if you do, it's fine. You wanna get this kinda incorporated. You wanna break that butter into it, right? Before we add the buttermilk, cool? Mix this into. Tell me that doesn't look like fun. What you want is to find that you don't see any of the loose flour around, so you just kinda wanna make that dough, right? Is it gonna be like biscuity? No, not really. But we're gonna just kinda work that in, see? I don't wanna work it too much, because I don't wanna develop a lot of glutens. We want a nice fluffy cobbler, not one that's been handled so much that it's like not a dough anymore, but more of a tire. We don't wanna eat that, right? That's where we want it to be. We're gonna put this in the fridge, and then we're gonna go to make our filling, right? We wanna let this sit in there for like a good 20, 30 minutes, just to kind of firm up. Cool? All right, let's do that. All right, so off to the peaches. We're gonna need to peel these things. Basically, I'm just gonna take the nub off, right? Kind of work my way around the top. You can do this with a peeler, either way, but just sitting and back. And these are really good when you start to see them at your farmer's market, or you start to see them all over at the markets, and you got those really fresh, delicious looking peaches. I've got them in my house where I've just put them up every year, right? I buy a case of peaches during peach season, and then I just preserve them, right? And I keep them and I pull them out, and I just cook them in a little bath with, sugar water, boom, done. You know what you're getting, all right? You know where your peaches are coming from, and that's very important too. Let's talk about peaches for a second. There's two different types. There's clings, and then there's freestones. So freestones are a little bit later in the season, and that's the ones where you can just cut right around that pit and just pull it apart, and that pit, boop, pops right out. If not, you're gonna have to work for it a little bit, right? I'm gonna have to work for this a little bit. Pull it up, boop, done. All right, you want some big chunks. Perfect, easy, done, right? Just cut up all these peaches, pretty good. What we wanna do, we wanna take our brown sugar and just kind of start to coat these peaches. A little bit of flour, because that's gonna bind. Cool. A little bit of salt. Remember, we seasoned the crust earlier, so we don't wanna go all in, right? But a good amount. Cool. Pepper, same thing. Yep. Now, cinnamon, not a whole lot, right? Not the whole thing. And then we wanna take a lemon, microplane, or zester. It really brings that alive, right? You can smell that, you know what it is. It's gonna add a little depth of flavor to this, brighten it up, fantastic. All right, not only are we gonna do that, juice it out. Be careful for no seeds. Now we're just gonna toss this together, all right? We just wanna kinda coat everything. Get everybody in the pool. Cool? Go over to our casserole dish. Cook with confidence. It matters what it's made in, all right? Peaches, perfect. Now this is all gonna cook down, so don't be afraid, right? You're not gonna bubble over the top. We're gonna get this nice and good. Now we need to go to the fridge, break out our cobbler topping, and we'll get at it, all right? We got our cobbler dough, pretty cold, but what we wanna do is we just wanna drop them on, like drop biscuits, right? It's gonna spread, which is great. That's what we want it to do. The peaches are gonna cook down. The flour in the peaches is gonna kinda hold it and bind it all together. So we just wanna put big old chunks everywhere. Cool? We're just gonna take a little sugar in the raw. Just gives a little texture, a little color. But we don't wanna add too much. We got sweet peaches, we got sugar in it, we got sugar in the dough. That's perfect right there. I'm gonna put this in the oven, 350, 375. If you don't have a convection, go a little bit higher, right? So we're gonna put this in the oven about 45 minutes. My wife asked me, hey, when's dinner done? When it's done. There's not a science to it. It's when it's done. This is what we're looking for, right? When we pull this out of the oven, you can see the thickness in the sauce that it's created, and that's what we want. It's not too jellied, which is beautiful. The crust is just perfect, right? There's no raw spots to it. There's nothing that's too crispy. This is what we want. We want some crispy, we want some really nice and soft, right? No games to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what does all cobbler need?
Ice cream!
All cobbler needs ice cream. It's like friends. Now, that is gonna make a little bit of sauce. That's perfect right there. Nothing screams summer like peach cobbler. All right, I gotta try this out. You know, been working on it. I know it's hot, that's all right. This is perfect. It's sweet, but it's savory. That's everything I want. You know what, you had a stressful day. Make some cobbler. You had a good day. Make some cobbler. See where we're going with that? Make some cobbler. So that's peach cobbler. I'm Chris Shepard from Houston, Texas. Just remember how easy this is. I am not a pastry genius, but I can do this, you can do this. It all matters what it's made in. Have fun with this. Get some friends, family, enjoy yourself, all right? Take care of yourself.
Perfect.